The silence inside the 22nd floor office was so heavy that even the sound of a pen dropping could have shattered it. Every employee froze as the CEO's voice thundered across the room, cutting through the air like a blade. A respected employee stood beside his desk, his shoulders tired from years of carrying responsibilities no one else could see. Then came the sentence that changed everything. "Do as I said or quit." Without raising his voice, without begging, and without a single tear, the single father quietly opened a cardboard box, packed the few belongings from his desk, took his daughter's tiny hand, and walked toward the exit. No one realized they had just witnessed the beginning of a story that would change every life in that office forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness, compassion, and second chances can change lives, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support helps us bring more heartfelt stories that inspire the world. Rowan Mercer had never imagined that his life would come down to one impossible choice. 5 years earlier, he had lost his wife, Elara, after a sudden illness that left him alone to raise their 6-year-old daughter, Ivy. Every morning began before sunrise. Rowan prepared breakfast, braided Ivy's curly hair after watching countless tutorial videos, packed her school lunch with handwritten notes, and rushed across the city to reach the corporate headquarters before anyone noticed he was a few minutes late. His co-workers admired his dedication, but very few understood the invisible battle he fought every single day. Every smile he gave hid sleepless nights, unpaid medical bills from the past, and the constant fear that one mistake could take away the only stability his daughter had left. The company had once been known as a place where hard work mattered more than titles. That changed when the new CEO, Victor Hale, took control. Numbers became more important than people. Family emergencies were called excuses. Compassion disappeared from meetings, replaced by impossible deadlines and cold speeches about loyalty. Rowan kept working harder than ever, believing that perseverance would eventually be rewarded. Instead, every sacrifice only seemed to invite more pressure. One bright weekday morning, Rowan received a phone call from Ivy's school. She had developed a high fever and was asking for her father. His hands trembled as he politely requested permission to leave just 2 hours early after finishing an important report that no one else could complete. Victor barely looked up from his laptop before delivering the sentence everyone in the office would remember forever. Rowan was told that leadership demanded complete commitment, and if family mattered more than work, then perhaps he no longer belonged there. The room became painfully quiet. Every employee avoided eye contact, afraid that speaking up would put their own jobs at risk. Something inside Rowan finally broke, but not with anger. It broke with acceptance. He realized that no paycheck was worth teaching his daughter that love should always come second. He slowly packed a framed photograph of Ivy smiling at the beach, an old coffee mug with chipped paint, and the notebook filled with ideas that management had ignored for years. Holding his daughter's tiny backpack in one hand and the cardboard box in the other, he walked past rows of silent coworkers. Some lowered their heads in shame. Others quietly wiped away tears. The elevator doors closed, and with them closed one painful chapter of his life. The weeks that followed were frightening. Savings disappeared quickly. Rowan delivered groceries, repaired neighbors' computers, and accepted freelance projects late into the night after Ivy had fallen asleep. They moved into a smaller apartment where the furniture barely matched and the kitchen window overlooked a noisy street instead of a peaceful park. Yet something unexpected filled the tiny home. Laughter returned. Rowan never missed another school play. He helped Ivy paint colorful stars across her bedroom wall, and every evening they shared simple dinners while talking about dreams instead of worries. They had less money than ever before, but they finally had time together. One rainy afternoon, Rowan opened the forgotten notebook he had carried out of his old office. Inside were detailed plans for a workplace management platform designed to help companies support employees while improving productivity. It was an idea he had developed over years but never received permission to pursue. With borrowed equipment and endless determination, Rowan began building the software from his kitchen table while Ivy colored pictures beside him. She often reminded him that her mother always believed he could build something extraordinary. Those simple words became stronger than any investor's encouragement. Months passed. The platform slowly attracted attention from small businesses that wanted happier employees instead of exhausted ones. Positive reviews spread. Companies reported higher productivity, lower turnover, and stronger teamwork after using Rowan's system. Investors who had once ignored him now requested meetings. News outlets started telling the story of the single father who transformed heartbreak into innovation. His business grew faster than he ever imagined, not because it chased profits first, but because it placed people at the center of every decision. Meanwhile, Victor's company struggled. Talented employees continued resigning. Creativity disappeared. Public criticism grew after several former workers shared stories about the toxic environment. Revenue declined, and major clients quietly moved elsewhere. During one business conference, Victor noticed a crowded auditorium surrounding a keynote speaker. To his surprise, the man standing confidently on stage was Rowan Mercer. The audience applauded as Rowan spoke about leadership built on empathy, reminding everyone that employees are not machines but human beings carrying invisible battles every day. Victor remained seated until the room emptied. For the first time in years, he approached someone without confidence. His expression carried regret rather than authority. Rowan listened quietly, not with bitterness but with understanding. He had learned that forgiveness does not erase pain, it simply frees the heart from carrying it forever. Although he chose not to return to his old company, he offered advice on rebuilding trust by treating every employee with dignity. Whether Victor fully changed remained uncertain, but the conversation planted a seed that might one day grow. Years later, Rowan's company became recognized not only for innovation but also for kindness. Flexible schedules allowed parents to attend school events. Mental health support became standard. Employees celebrated each other's milestones as though they were family. Ivy, now older, proudly told classmates that her father never became successful because he was the smartest person in the room. He became successful because he never forgot how it felt to be invisible. If this story has touched your heart so far, please like this video, leave a heartfelt comment, share it with someone who may need encouragement today, and subscribe to Light of Kindness so more inspiring stories can reach people around the world. Special request: before this story ends, please comment with the words, "Kindness always wins," if you believe compassion is stronger than power. The greatest victories are rarely won in boardrooms or behind expensive office doors. Sometimes they begin the moment someone chooses self-respect over fear, family over status, and kindness over pride. Rowan walked away carrying nothing more than a cardboard box in the hand of his little girl, yet he unknowingly stepped toward the life he had always deserved. His journey reminds us that losing a job is not always losing your future. Sometimes it is the first courageous step toward discovering it. And in the quiet moments when the world tells us to give up, choosing love, integrity, and hope may become the most powerful decision we ever make.